At ngayon, hawak ko na ang watawat na aking winawagayway sa harap nitong kapulungan at nanunumpa naman tayong lahat ng buong taimtim na ito'y mamahalin at ipagtatanggol hanggang sa kauli-uli ang patak ng ating dugo.
Documents of the 1898 Declaration of Philippines Independence. The Malolos Constitution and the First Philippine Republic. Group 3. Table of Contents. Background of the authors.
Ambrosio Rianzares Bautista. Ipinanganak noong December 17, 1840, mas kilala bilang Don Bosyong. Siya ay isang abogado at ang nagsulat ng Philippine Independence Document. Malayong kamag-anak ng ating national hero na si Dr. Jose Rizal na minsan na rin nagtanong ng kanyang opinyon sa mga bagay-bagay. Nanguna rin siya sa paghingi ng tulong upang matususan ang kampanya sa mga politikal at societal na pagbabago sa Pilipinas, tulad ng mga organisasyong La Liga Filipina, Cuerpo de Compromisarios at La Propaganda na siya rin ay naging miyembro sa mga ito. Kalaunan ay naaresta siya at nakulong sa Fort Santiago nang siya ay pagsuspetsahan ng mga Espanyol na kasali sa Philippine Revolution. He defended himself and later released from prison. He became the first advisor of President Emilio Aguinaldo in 1898 and afterwards wrote and read the Declaration of Philippine Independence. Siya rin ang nagwagayway ng bandera ng Pilipinas sa bintana ng bahay ni Aguinaldo sa Kawit Cavite. He was also elected to the position of President sa Tarlac's Revolutionary Congress noong July 14, 1899 and was later appointed as a judge of the Court of First Instance of the Province of Pangasinan. Unfortunately, namatay siya noong December 4, 1903 nang malaglag sa sinasakyang karwahe. Si Felipe Gonzalez Calderon naman ay ipinanganak noong April 4, 1868 sa Santa Cruz de Malabon, Cavite, na ngayon ay tinatawag na Tanza, Cavite. Nagtapos siya sa UST o University of Santo Tomas noong 1893. Kilala siya bilang Father of Malolos Constitution nang isulat niyang unang konstitusyon ng Pilipinas na First Republican Constitution din sa Asia, kasama si Felipe Buencamino Sr. Sinuportahan niya rin ang revolutionary movement ng mga Filipino para makamit ang kalayaan sa mga Espanyol. Kalaunan ay itatag niya ang paaralang Escuela de Derecho de Manila noong June 28, 1899, na ngayon ay tinatawag na Manila Law College, ang kauna-unahang Filipino Law School sa bansa. Namatay siya noong June 6, 1908 sa edad na 40 years old.
Historical background of the document.
Good day everyone, I am Christian Loyaga at sa part ko ay tatalakayin natin ang historical background ng Declaration of Philippine Independence. Meron akong 6 events na kinuha. Umpisa natin sa Spanish colonization. Ang Pilipinas dati ay unang nasakop ng Espanya noong 1521. Nang dumating ang explorer na si Ferdinand Magellan, ang pamumuno ng mga Espanyol ay nagpatuloy na humigit na 300 plus years, kung saan ang Pilipinas ay dumaan sa mga makabuluhang pagbabago ng kultura, panlipunan at pang-ekonomiya. Sunod ay ang propaganda movement at ang rise of nationalism. Halos magkaparehas lang sila. Ang kilusang propaganda ay isang kilusan sa Barcelona, Espanya noong 1872 hanggang 1892. Sinimulan ito dahil sa pagbitay ng tatlong pari na si Mariano Gomez, si Jose Burgos at si Jacinto Zamora. Sila yung tinatawag na Gomburza. So, ito ay pinamumunuan ng mga intelektual na manunulat katulad nila Marcelo del Pilar, Jose Rizal at ni Graciano Lopez Haina. Gumamit sila ng sulatin at publikasyon upang ilantad ang mga pang-aabuso ng pamahalang Espanyol at isulong ang mga reformang pampulitika sa palipunan. Sa mga di nakakaalam, si Graciano Lopez Haina ay isang journalist at ang gumawa ng dyaryong La Solidaridad. Si Marcelo del Pilar naman ay ang father of Philippine journalism na gumawa ng dyaryong Tagalog. Dito niya nilalabas ang mga kalupitan at kasamaan na mga ginawa ng mga Espanyol sa mga Pilipino. Sunod ay ang Katipunan at Revolusyon. Dahil nga sa nabigo ang kilusang propaganda sa kadahilan ng hindi dininig ng mga Espanyol ang mga Pilipino at kinulang din dahil sa pondo upang ipagpatuloy ang mga gawain ng samahan dito, nagsimula ang pagkakatatag ng Katipunan na pinamumunuan ni Andres Bonifacio. Ito ay isang lihim na lipunang nagtataguyod ng kalayaan sa pamamagitan ng armadong revolusyon. Ang revolusyon laban sa pamumuno ng mga Espanyol ay opisyal na nagsimula noong Agosto 23, 1896. At pagkatapos nun ay nagsimula na ang Declaration of Independence. Noong June 12, 1898, sa Kawit, Cavite, ipinahayag ni General Emilio Aguinaldo, ang pinuno ng revolusyonaryong puwersa, ang kalayaan ng Pilipinas mula sa mga Espanyol. Ang deklarasyon na ito ay ginawa mula sa balkonahe ng tirahan ni Aguinaldo, na kinilala ngayon bilang Aguinaldo Shrine. Ang watawat ng Pilipinas ay inilantad din sa unang pagkakataon, at doon itinugtog din ang pambansang awit natin, ang Lupang Hinirang. Panghuli, dito papasok ang Treaty of Paris. Subalit, ang Declaration of Philippine Independence ay hindi agad kinilala ng mga dayuhang makapangyarihan. Tinalo ng US ang Espanya sa digmaang Espanyol-Amerikano at sa pamamagitan ng kasunduan sa Paris noong 1898, ibinigay ng Espanya ang Pilipinas sa Estados Unidos. Hanggang doon lang ang aking part. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig.
Content analysis.
So for the context analysis, noong June 12, 1898, proclaim yung Philippine Independence sa ancestral home ni General Emilio Aguinaldo sa Cavite, El Viejo between 4 to 5 in the afternoon. Turning point din to as it ends the 333-year ruling ng Spain. So yung declaration, it is a 2,000-word document written in Spanish, prepared and read by Ambrosio Bautista. So, yung declaration na to, sinasummarize niya yung reason behind the revolution against Spain, war for independence, and yung new republic under Emilio Aguinaldo. So, yung first part ng declaration, kino-converse dito yung inequalities and abuses ng mga Spaniards. So, yung mga civil guards daw, binabaril nila yung mga Filipino prisoners dahil sa di umanong pagtangkang pagtakas. And also, yung mga common Filipinos, hinahatulan agad sila without proper hearing na deserve nila. And also, nabanggit din dito yung Dr. Jose Rizal execution na dinescribe niya as unjust execution daw dahil yung goal lang naman daw nito is to please the friars. And likewise, dun sa tatlong Pilipinong pare na sila Don Jose Burgos, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora na napagbintangan nagpasimula ng pag-aaklas daw sa Fort San Felipe, Cavite noong January 21, 1872. And nabanggit din dito briefly yung heroism ni Lapu-Lapu. And also, ninarrate din yung bilisang paglaganap ng revolution na dinescribe niya naman as electric spark dahil sa pagkalat nito sa Bataan, Batangas, Laguna, Bulacan, and Morong. And dahil dito, yung Spanish forces humina and until kumalat yung revolution sa Visayas. And dahil dito, na-ensure natin yung independence ng bansa natin. And sinabi rin na yung established republic will be under the dictatorship of Emilio Aguinaldo. And dito rin unang winagayway yung Philippine flag na nagsisimbolize yung white triangle. Sinisimbolize niya yung katipunan and yung tatlong stars naman, sinusymbolize niya yung three main island ng Philippines, which is yung Luzon, Mindanao, and yung Panay. Yung Panay kasi, sinusymbolize niya na yung buong Visayas. And dito rin, unang pline yung compose ni Julian Felipe na Marcha Filipina Magdalo na nag-change into Marcha Nacional Filipina na kilala nating national anthem. And so, yung mga details na to was unfolded after ng declaration noong June 12, 1898.
Article 3 of the Malolos Constitution, it has that the power and authority of the government originate from the citizen, highlighting democratic foundation. This provision signifies a commitment to a government system that respect the will and interests of the people as well as emphasize the right. Religious freedom and separation of church and state. Article 5. In this article, any of individual right to practice their religion freely and without discrimination. This separation aims to fostering a society where citizens of the various beliefs can coexist peacefully and contribute to the nation's progress. Protection of civil and political rights, Article 19. And this signifies a commitment to protecting fundamental liberties, to ensure that citizens have the freedom to participate by guarantee equal opportunities, but also promote where every individual enjoy the full range of civil and political rights without discrimination. Freedom of expression and association, Article 20.1 and 20.2. The recognition of these rights encourage the free exchange of ideas, opinions, and the peaceful assembly of individuals. The Malolos Constitution promotes a dynamic democracy where citizens can actively engage in the public opinion. Promotion of education, Article 23. The importance of education by making mandatory and free in national school. The Constitution aimed to ensure that all citizens have the access to learning opportunities, but also contribute a progress and enlightenment of society. Three branches of government. The establishment of the three branches: government, executive, legislative, and judicial. These branches aims to prevent the concentration of authority and to ensure democratic representation. The purpose of this separation is against potential abuses and fostering a government that serves the interests of the people.
Contribution of the document in understanding the grand narrative of Philippine history.
So now, I'm going to discuss about the contribution of the document in understanding the grand narrative of Philippine history. So first, the Filipino people have long desired freedom, self-governance, and independence. Particularly in light of the centuries of domination they endured under Spanish colonial rule. 2. The crucial role of the document in affirming the sovereignty of the Philippines and its inherent right to self-rule.
Context analysis.
So, for the context of Declaration of Philippine Independence, it comes from a long history of oppression, colonialism from Spanish, and also the nationalism of the Filipinos. From Spanish colonial, the Philippines has been under Spanish colonial for over a 333 years, and Filipinos are oppressed and don't have freedom from the Spanish government and the priests. Filipinos are called Indio or peasants by Spaniards, and they don't have rights for education, resulting in incompetence, and Filipinos had to cultivate their crops for their own sustenance, but also a great portion of this they forced to hand over from their warlords, and it is called tribute. Next is the emergence of nationalism among Filipinos. So the declaration was made in the Cavite, Cavite. The declaration it symbolizes the struggle and sacrifices by Filipinos, heroes like Andres Bonifacio, Jose Rizal, against the Spanish rule. So this Declaration of Philippine Independence is prepared and written and read by none other Ambrosio Rianzares Bautista in Spanish in Cavite, which is the ancestral home of General Emilio Aguinaldo, and was signed by 98 people. Among them is Mr. L.M. Johnson, and a citizen of the USA, Colonel of Artillery, who witnessed the Proclamation of Independence.
Significance of the topic to the history of the Philippines.
Today, let's talk about why the Declaration of Philippine Independence and the Malolos Constitution are so important in Philippine history. First, let's discuss the significance of national sovereignty and independence. On June 12, 1898, Emilio Aguinaldo said, "We're independent." This was a significant moment because it meant that the Philippines could govern itself. No more being bossed around by the Spain. Now that we've seen why independence mattered, let's move on to the second point. The founding document of the First Republic in Asia. On November 29, 1898, the Malolos Constitution was made. It was like our country's rule book, and we were the first in Asia to have one. Now, let's explore another crucial aspect. Not everyone said, "Okay, you're free." The United States and Spain weren't so sure. Still, our Declaration and Constitution showed we were serious about being our own country. Moving forward, let's dive into the third point. The advancement of democratic principles. Inside our rulebook were cool ideas about sharing power and making fair rules. These help us start building fair and free country. Now let's move on to our fifth point, patriotic awakening and national identity. When we said we're free, it made Filipino proud. It made us feel like we're all in this together, making our country better. Next up, let's consider the importance of remembering. The historical remembrance and appreciation. Remembering what our ancestors did to make us free is super important. The Declaration and Constitution remind us of their bravery and hard work. Finally, let's discuss our last point. Legal basis for rights and liberties. Beside being important history, our Declaration and Constitution also tell us what our rights are. They help us make sure our leader treat us fairly. And that's all for my part. Thank you.